Yo. Hello. Hello, everyone. This is Omar from the Third Rail. What's up? What's going on? Bloody Monday. That's what's been called. Tucker Carlson gets the axe, and Don Lemon gets the axe on CNN. The issue at Fox News was surprising that Tucker Carlson was the one to get the axe, and he was not the one who really um was doing all the bullshit talking about the stolen election. Not that much. But the problem that hurt him is in his emails and his text messages, he said a lot of crazy shit. And some of the stuff helped the Dominion lawsuit because he knew they were lying and they would still put him on the air. So that was proof behind the scene. There was malice. That's what you have to prove in a defamation lawsuit, a defamation lawsuit. So he was not heavily involved on air with the stolen election bullshit they had going on. But behind the scene, his text messages with the other anchors like Sean Hannity and fucking Laura Ingle, whatever her name is, and the other crazies at Fox News, they knew that Giuliani was lying, that Paul was lying, that everybody was lying. It was a big lie. No, there was no stolen election. I knew it was a lie, and I'm a nobody. So why did Fox News part way for with Carlson? Carlson is very toxic. Tucker Carlson has become toxic. He's just throwing everything in there. He's like the guy, if everybody is next to the pool and he'll just jump or throw something in the water and get everybody wet. Every night he just throw crazy shit. The white replacement. Well, I'm just asking questions. Putin is right. He was fucking leading the country to hell, man. He was dangerous to the stability of America and the Republican Party. You know who won yesterday? Us, the American people, won. We don't have no more asshole, flame throwing piece of shit who talks to 3 million 67-year-old people. That's the average view on Fox News. 67 years old. They're old people. Some of them in nursing home. Oh, they have fucking oxygen masks, all that shit. And remember that shooting they had with the 84-year-old man shot that black kid because he rang his bill. Because they said he's watching Fox News 24 hours a day. So that was going to come back and bite Fox News. There's a lot of lawsuits against Fox News. There's some lawsuits. What's that? Smarter Magic, whatever it's called. It's another election company, machine company that is suing Fox for $2.7 billion. They just gave 800 and what's that? $787 million for bullshit. That's a lot of money to give away for no reason at all. Fox News has become a thorn in the eye of America's democracy. Is a dangerous entity. It has become a flamethrower, divisiveness, race baiting, inciting white people, talking about white replacement, immigration, invasion, things of that nature. Things that are happening. Now, I'm going to be honest. I never watch a full show of Tucker Carlson. Once in a while, I go to that channel or to Fox News, and I get scared because when I listen to them, they're talking about a different country. They're not talking about the United States. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? This is not happening. What? And if you really listen to them and you're all cooked up in your house every day and you're at that age, you already have bias already, and these people just confirm it every night and every day. All you have to do is just go out, man. Go to the mall and you see all colors and all nation, all Americans just going about their business, living their life, getting haircuts, buying phones, doing things, shopping for the family, buying clothes. It's like there's nothing going on out there. And this piece of shit every night, he will get on his channel. We just asked you a question. Are white people not reproducing? Is there a lot of immigrants? Just ask a question. I'm just asking a question. He was doing that shit every night. I'm going to tell you why this is good for the Republican Party. The Republican Party is about to implode. It's going to implode. It's not a party no more because it's been hijacked by a douchebag like him here, who's Tucker Carlson, and other anchors on Fox News. So the more they become extreme on Fox News, the more the Republican Party become extreme in its entity as a political party. So it was losing a lot of people. There are people in the middle. There are conservative people who want to be part of the Republican Party and agree with the ideas of conservatism, family values, things of that nature. But when they see Tucker Carlson talking about, dancing and singing for white nationalism, for replacement, for scaring immigrants, they don't want to be part of that. Even white Americans don't want to be part of that shit he was doing. That's why the Republican Party was scaring white women, suburban women. They're not going to vote for them. Nobody wants to be a part of that crazy fucking shit show that is going on. What was he trying to accomplish? I don't understand. Did he want a war in the streets of the United States? These people don't realize that people who watch a channel react differently. I mean, people are crazy. Sometimes they see things and they just do them. Let's see what this was Tucker Carlson's last show on Friday. He's talking about pizza.
Yeah. Truly, that was a great segment, and I'm just grateful that you came on, and I'm especially grateful for the pie.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Employee of the week, we're just make it of the year, Tyler Morrell of Coco's Pizza. That's it for us for the week. We'll be back. By the way, the entire episode of Let Them Eat Bugs, not quite as good as pizza, streaming now on Fox Nation. Use the promo code ORIGINALS for 30 days free. And we'll be back on Monday. In the meantime, have the best weekend with the ones that you love, and we'll see you then.
Sweat, Tucker. You're going to have many days with your loved ones now. He's a sick man. Tucker Carlson was not like that before. He was a conservative, and he talked about the stuff before he became crazy. He used to critique, what's his name? Riley. I forget these names, man. These crazy, Fox News 8 hour has become a fucking jinx or dangerous. The 8 hours for everybody. Glenn Beck lost his job. Riley lost his job. Megyn Kelly, what's her name? Oh, she was on 9. Well, I don't know what hour she was on. She was in anyway. So the whole idea is that it's good. It's good for the country. It's good for America and the American people that such dangerous individuals like him are gone. But the problem with Fox News, it is a different animal. Fox News is the one who has the audience beholden, not the anchors. So if he leaves, somebody else will come. They will still get the same ratings. Like, for example, this Monday, the first day without him, the guy got 2.5 million, almost 2.6 million. That's 100,000 less than what he had on Friday. So the whole issue, Fox News is the entity. This guy is just, they got this platform and they don't know what to do with it. And he just hijacked it. Every day it was getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And everybody's like, whoa, when is this going to stop? Where is this going? Where is this going? The country's about to collapse. And this guy is just throwing fire at the gas at the fire, throwing gas every night. Thank God he's gone. I hope he goes to hell. 1 hour later, not to be outdone, CNN fires Dan Lemon. Dan Lemon has been there for 17 years. He's been an anchor, a nighttime anchor for 10 years or more. He's mediocre. He's not a flashy guy or flamethrower or a guy who creates a buzz or anything. But new ownership have a different idea what CNN should look like. They're trying to bring it back to the center, whatever, or conservative center, and they're gonna lose because right now the country has two things. You have all the way to the right, all the way to the left. So whatever they try to get to the center, they're just competing with News Nation, that other channel that has nobody watching. And all the people that watch CNN, because they want confirmation bias, they will go to MSNBC. And Fox crowd is Fox crowd. The whole idea is that they put them in the morning, a morning show, try to copy like, what's his name, Joe? Man, my memories, man. I need Morning Joe. That's what it is. Morning Joe. That's what it is. But there was no chemistry between him and his two other lady friends. And he's used to being alone. He's this anchor. He thinks of himself as a prima donna, whatever you want to call it. And he has the other Catlin girl. She's just a star there, and Poppy there. And there was no chemistry. And you could feel it when you're watching it. There was no chemistry between these two people. So everybody's saying that this was an opportunity because they've been leaking a lot of shit about him. He did this, he said that, he done that. They've been, trying to discredit him little by little, so to fire him. So CNN used Tucker Carlson's firing as a cover for themselves, because if Don Lemon is fired, then people are going to be talking about Tucker, not Don Lemon, and they get away with firing him. Okay, first of all, CNN is a private company. They could fire anyone. This is the segment they say that got him fired. This is, I think, on Friday. Okay, this is by Aaron Roper. It says, according to the New York Times, according to the New York Times, this interview that Dan Lemon conducted just last week with Vivek Ramaswamy, some fucking Indian running for president, like he's gonna really win, played a role in his firing. Note, co-host Poppy Harlow sitting silently. Poppy, what kind of name is Poppy?
With due respect, I find your explanation reductive
Listen to
and
this.
actually insulting, including to black Americans, to say that black people today, compared to 1964, 1865, haven't made progress in part because of the freedoms we secured. And the Second Amendment was
Black
part
people,
of what
hang
secured
on,
that
please.
freedom.
I cannot keep a thought if you guys are talking to me.
So, don't you hate when somebody has mastered the American language and he's a little, the kids of immigrants? Right now, he is insulting Don Lemon. Don Lemon has had every fucking right to respond the way he did. He's talking out of his ass. Listen to what he's saying.
In my ear. So hang on one second. So to say that black people, say what you said again.
Black people secured their freedoms after the Civil War. It is a historical fact, Don. Just study it. Only after their Second Amendment rights were secured.
They
That's
were
a
not
fact.
secured their freedoms after the Civil War. That is not, you are discounting Reconstruction. You're discounting a whole host of things that happened after the Civil War when it comes to African Americans, including the whole reason that the Civil Rights Movement happened.
See, Jim Crow can't vote. The lynching in the South. Why don't you just listen to the song by Holiday, Billie Holiday, whatever her name is, Strange Fruits? You'll understand what was going on around with blacks. There was no freedom. They were hanging from trees while white people were having picnics.
It's because black people did not secure their freedoms after the Civil
Right.
War, and that things turned around. People tried to change the freedoms that were supposed to
And you know
happen
how they
after the
got
Civil
it?
War
They got their
and
Second Amendment
Reconstruction.
rights, and they actually got, the NRA played a big role in that. But today, Don, the
NRA did not play a big role
absolutely,
in
the
that.
trade
NRA,
activists
that's
own
a lie.
firearms.
That's a lie.
But
That's not. The
it's
NRA
actually-
did not play a big role in
This
that.
is just historical fact.
It's
But
not
Don,
a historical fact.
the part that I
Just
find,
because you say it's historical
the
fact,
part that
it's
I
not
find
historical fact.
insulting is when you say today black Americans don't have those rights after we have
The
gone
fact
through
that I find
civil rights
insulting
revolution in
is
this
that
country.
You are sitting here telling an African American about
Right.
the rights and what you find insulting about the way I live, the skin I live in every day.
Here's where you and I
know
have
the
a different
freedoms
point
that
of view.
black and white that black people don't have in this country, and that black people do have.
Well, here's where you and I have a different point of view. I think we should be able to express our views regardless of the color of our skin. We should
Of our skin, like he's white. He's fucking black as he is. What are you talking about, Ramaswamy? He's like, we should be talking about our colors of our skins. Like, this is the mental state these people have. He thinks he's white. What are you talking about? You're as dark as Don Lemon. I like what Devin was. He said, I don't know what you are.
have this debate
I'm not saying you
without
shouldn't
me
express your
regarding
views,
you as a
but I think
black
it's
man,
insulting that
but
you're
me
sitting
regarding you
here,
as a fellow citizen.
that you're
That's what I
sitting
think we should
here,
say.
whatever ethnicity you are, explaining to me
Whatever ethnicity
about
I'm, I'll
what
tell
it's
you-
like to be black in
Whatever
America.
ethnicity
I'm
I'll tell
sorry.
you what I am. I'm an Indian American. I'm proud of it. But I think we should have this debate. Black, white, doesn't matter.
I think we should have this
on
debate.
the
but I think
content
you should-
of the
if you're
ideas.
going to do it, you should do it in an honest way and in a
I
fair
think-
way. And what you're doing is not an honest and fair way. Okay?
With-
But we
with-
appreciate you coming on.
with
Thank
due
you for
respect,
that.
Don, I look forward to
Thank you very
continuing
much.
that
I appreciate
conversation.
it. We'll
Thank
continue
you.
the conversation.
And the whole idea, this asshole who's running for president, his name, I don't know what his name is, Ramaswamy, like Nikki Haley, they both want to run for Republican. As if America is, I'm an immigrant. America is not ready for an Indian president. They were not ready for a half-black president, Obama. They fucking voted for him. They had the Tea Party movement. They had all this crazy shit. They had white nationalism, Christian nationalism, all that shit. So to go on a show and tell them to educate another black man of that the blacks received their rights after the Civil War. They did for 10 years until the election of 1876. They made a deal. They had this problem. Once they withdrew the federal troops, then Jim Crow came into place. The Jim Crow came up. The whole idea of Jim Crow was not just to lynch and kill blacks. It was called ethnic cleansing because after the Civil War, The South found that some cities or towns were equal in population with a lot of blacks were there because they were slaves. So you have some cities, the black were the majority. When they had the election, people went to Congress, congressmen, black congressmen, and white black senators, and became black governors in these southern cities and states. So the whole idea, the Jim Crow was it was not a racist movement, but a terrorist movement because they terrorized the black into leaving the South and coming to the North. And he had that large migration of black people that came to New York and all these from the South. Most black people in New York, I know them. They have family in North Carolina, South Carolina, all these Louisiana, and all these states. So the whole idea, the Jim Crow movement was for almost 100 years was to get rid of black from the South and send them to the North and cleanse them out of the South so they will not be able to be challenged the white people for political power in the South in a free and democratic America where there's free election. Very simple. And this for this dickhead to come here and the NRA actually helped the black people accomplish their rights. Really? Really? The first time the Black Panthers in California had those guns and they went to the state house, what happened? They outlawed everything. Reagan, everybody. Oh, we gotta have gun controls. Gun controls. It's very simple. So to fight Dan Lemon for this is very shameful. And for CNN thinking they're going to succeed by moving to the right or to the left, they're not going to succeed. You are what you are. You're not going to rewind the clock to the 1990s. America is a different country now. America has been polarized by Fox News and by MSNBCs and other cable networks. So the whole idea is that it's not going to happen. So what happened on Monday, Tucker Carlson was fired, which is the best thing that ever happened to the Republican Party and to the United States. Like I said, Tucker Carlson was pulling the Republican Party to extreme policies. In the long run, they were losing people and they were shrinking. Eventually, they're going to implode and just become fucking violent in the end because they're not going to be able to win real elections. You have to know that, right? Let me put this so I can see. They're not going to be able to win real elections. What's happening in the United States is the United States is becoming an urban country. A lot of people are moving to urban areas and coming into cities, and the rural part of the United States will always vote Republican, but it will be just for local offices like districts and congressmen or mayor or police chiefs. They're not going to be able to win any national elections or statewide elections because America is becoming more liberal. They don't want to say everybody's in this ecosystem. The Republican Party is only 22% of the fucking population. And the more they become extreme, the more they lose every year. They scare people away. Who votes for Donald Trump? People who are whites who are not educated, the poor whites of the South and Midwest. But the educated white people who have college degrees and who have profession, they don't vote for that because they see that as a fucking a bad road to go on. So what happened over the weekend was good. I feel sorry for Dan Lemon that he lost his job. But, you know, sometimes something happens for the better. They were going to fire him anyway. They put him in such an awkward situation where he was used to being a one-man show. All of a sudden, he had to share the stage with two other persons, and they didn't get along. And he felt like he was slighted. You know, there's a lot of animosity. And Chris Cuomo was his best friend. Remember, they were friends. And Chris Cuomo got fired. So the whole idea was just building and building. Eventually, it was going to explode, and it did. Anyway, there you have it. That's my take on that, on both things, the firing